Hello people, this is Dog Joker here and I'm here with my review of Blood Lad. Blood Lad is a 10-episode supernatural vampire anime that isn't an alternative version of Twilight. The story of Blood Lad takes place in a demon world, which I would so want to live in, and follows an otaku vampire, Staz. Wait, did I just say otaku vampire? But anyway, Staz meets a human girl, Fuyumi, whom Staz is interested in. And blah blah blah, shit happens, she gets eaten and turns into a ghost. And Staz makes an oath to bring her back, while getting away with as much copyright material as possible. Now this is where some might have a problem, cause while this girl is supposed to be special to Staz, there really isn't much to her. And some guys, myself included, might get irritated when they remember that this plot revolves around her. But get past that and what's not like. There are boobs, action, vampires that aren't gay, more boobs, and some blatant parodies and ripoffs. Wait, was that a compliment? Now the strong points of the story are mainly the action and comedy, but sometimes the show tends to take itself way too seriously, though those moments are few and far between. Another thing that makes the show very enjoyable are the constant references to different video games and animes.
もうそんなに出てるの？あのゲーム。はい、確か。もう全然ファイナルじゃないじゃん。
Now for where the fun is at. The characters. Characters are all pretty entertaining and the show does a good job developing them. We've got Staz, the otaku vampire, though he looks more like a Hellsing Nazi zombie with rabies. And he's also the boss of a territory, though he hardly gives a fuck about ruling that territory. Fuyumi, who isn't necessarily a bad character, just not that good of character, especially considering she's the main MacGuffin of the show. Her roles range from fan service to damsel in distress to goddamn damsel in distress, though her kidnappings don't take away that much from the show, as they're usually hilarious. And she just ends up being buddies with the person who swiped her anyway. Wolf, the rival slash best friend, who also happens to be a werewolf who isn't there for the sake of a forced love triangle. Hydra, a sorceress who on the other hand provides a forced love triangle. But of course not to the point where it's irritating, and she's an interesting character herself. And a bunch of other demons, and whatever the heck that is. So yeah, Blood Lad has a pretty good cast of characters. Though considering it's a comedy series, you shouldn't expect much in the development category. The art is good, but not anything to gawk over really. There are also a lot of random colors used in the backgrounds, which some people might not like. And also during the comedy moment, there was this weird color scheme change, which went pretty well with the comedy. The animation on the other hand was really good and fluid. The soundtrack was pleasurable, but not really memorable, and it goes pretty well with the series. So at the end of the day, Blood Lad could have been better, and it had its problems. The pacing was off, not to mention it ended on a cliffhanger. And there are moments when you just want to punch some characters in the spine, but it's a good watch, not to mention it's just 10 episodes, and one OVA as a sequel. So that's it people, my review of Blood Lad. Tell me what you thought of the review and the show itself. And I know I've mentioned this before, but Staz so looks like a Nazi zombie.